No, I just got to get it. I have a disadvantage. I just got sucked in. You see your hand? Still in play, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know he has 1 chance. Alright. Raised in the hook. Call.
Queen.
Good.
Check. I don't know how to shoot.
Got a bet of 35. Good. Gotta raise it now.
Lovely. Looking 1-2-1-2.
You're just going back to 300, right? No, it's after 300. That's less. What I have in my pocket. Yeah. Okay. He's back to 2, whatever, 90 what? Please. Tell him 670 back to 286. Not saying. I was scared to look it up. Eight minute, the volume check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 8. Thank you. No worries. I'll get you. You have a crazy. Huh? No, I didn't. With a backboard. Let's get blocked in. I hope it has. Yeah, that's a good drop block. That is good. But I didn't use that. No, these 10 of diamonds, I know you're probably nothing there. The producer was that also.
Seven-minute volume check. 7-minute volume check. Live in 5 minutes. Live in 5 minutes.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh, wow.
Don't follow DJ.
They used to straddle. DJ used to straddle.
When you see 1, 2, 35,
How long?
we end early. Really?
Ace-high flush. Ace-high flush. C2.
What 9 did you have, Daryl? What 9 did you have?
Got a set of 5. C4. Okay.
Oh, that's the other thing that you haven't played. Make sure you keep on doing this week. I think nearly as much here to get over there. Oh, so much slower. There were a couple of big winners on the back one. Oh, I know. I'm
Well, here.
That's Tuesday. No tip Tuesdays. Today is no tip.
Oh. Oh, fine.
Welcome everyone to Poker House Live, Fort Worth edition. DJ's game, the $1, $2, $300 max buy-in game. My name is Reese with you here a little bit later than usual. Apologies for that. They have been playing already, and we're jumping right into a hand. A good one, it looks like. DJ flopping open-ended with the bottom pair, and Mac flopping the goods in high straight as 3-bet DJ to 75. So DJ, right off the bat here in DJ's game, put right in the blender, and he's going to let it go very smartly there. Mac's not known for his bluffs, so good on Mac. So if you're tuning in to Root on Mac, there you go, very first hand as we are here stacking the chips. Once again, thanks for tuning into Poker House Fort Worth live stream DJ's game. Already quite a few people on YouTube and Facebook. Let us know how it sounds. Let us know how it looks. Let us know where you're watching and listening from and who you're here rooting on. Full table of 9 players, just like every Wednesday here at Poker House Fort Worth. A few new faces, a few old faces. DJ going to call the 3-bet from Candyman. We got 8s, 9s, and 10s. Pocket 8s, pocket 9s, and pocket 10s to a flop. So we're seeing some good hands already here right off the rip. 7, Jack, Deuce. No help to anyone. A Jack on that board. Not going to slow down Candyman on the pre-flop progression with his pocket 10s. Going to see where he's at with a $50 bet. And DJ getting excited there, acting out of turn. ET, new player to the live stream. Pocket nines. Not an easy lay down, but he does make it down. DJ's going to put in the rest of his stack right off the rip here. So we're going to have action, and we just got started. So it's going to be one of those nights. DJ way behind, looking for a couple straight cards. Running hearts is no help, but mainly looking for an 8. Yep. DJ reaching for the wallet already, sees the bad news there from Candyman. Dealer Paul verifying the stacks. It's always a good sign when your opponent hasn't turned over their hand yet, but they're reaching towards their wallet, knowing those tens could be pretty good already. And Dealer Paul looking to deal the turn there. Ace of hearts. Heart now no good. Deuce. The DJ is going to go ahead and throw those pocket 8s away. So Candyman, a good double up there. But like I said, we missed just a couple hands on the stream. So that brings him to a total of 436. DJ, like I said, already reaching for the wallet, so he is going to be adding it to his stack. Basically started the live stream right into a couple coolers here. Looking down at the chip stacks, looks like we missed a Super Cat with a double up. She's reporting 647 in chips in this $300 max buy-in game. So good start to Super Cat. Sorry we missed it, but she definitely had some good hands before we went live. And Otis, good to see you in the chat, sir, as always. I'm going to call you out as Otis because that's how I know you, and I am a fan of yours as well. He's rooting for Clay, thinks he's the most solid player. Clay had a good showing here on live stream recently. Pretty solid, good player. East, not quite new to the stream, been on before. Hasn't been on recently, but didn't catch good cards last time. We'll see what tonight brings for him. He's going to be calling 2 with his 10-7 offsuit. Super Cat calling 2 with Queen Jack offsuit. DJ with Queen Jack suited variety raises it up to 8. Candyman, who just got the full double up through DJ, looks down at Ace 5 offsuit. He's going to make that $8 call. ET, new to the stream, King Queen suited, calling 8. Clay, Ace Trey suited, calling 8. Mac, Jack 10. Just an $8 family pot, darn near. So already 52 in this pot. Lots of opportunities for some heartbreaks out there. We got 3 queens in the field, only 1 left in the deck there. It would cause some fireworks if it happens to find its way there. And there it is, right in the middle of that flop. That's going to give 3 people the top pair with decent kickers. ET in the lead of the hand with the king kicker with his queen. So DJ is just starting out cold deck. But look at him. Look at DJ in pain. He knows Super Cat is not betting 35 here with nothing. And he knows that her range. What a fold by DJ. Calling with Queen Jack of Hearts, hitting a queen on a 3-4 queen board and getting away with it. Getting away with folding after Super Cat leads out for 35. Knowing his opponents there. So great fold there by the DJ. Candyman going to make the call, going to come along for that gut shot, spoil the party with the deuce with his ace 5. ET, who is in the lead with the hand with the king kicker, he's going to make the call. Clay lets his pair go east. Not much there. Has let his go. So we're going to have 3 left on a pretty sizable pot. Queen, Jack, Queen, King. There's a 5, giving Candyman a pair, not the wheel card he was looking for. Supercat, who bet to 35 with this doubled up stack early. Reaching for more chips. Doesn't look like she's slowing down. In fact, she's reaching for more than 35 this time. She's betting at 65 into the 2 gentlemen. Candyman just doesn't like folding. Said, I made a pair. I improved. I should be calling here, but 2 big bullets there out of Supercat. It's difficult to come along. Oh, he does let it go. Now, ET's in an interesting situation here. She has fired healthily twice, and he's sitting here looking at King, Queen. Now, we can all see that he has her killed, but at the end of the day, he lets it go. That, ladies and gentlemen, shows the aggression by Supercat and her reputation of not getting in there and mixing it up too much. And she shows the Queen Jack. So ET going to remember that one, laying down the better hand. So it just goes to show the power of reputation in this game. Supercat not known for putting in chips very lightly and gets the better hand to fold there from ET. And well played by Supercat. And ET's fold there is the right fold once in a while, but this time it was not. But the big stack gets bigger in Supercat, up to 767 in chips. As dealer Paul gets ready to put out the 6th hand of the DJ's game, the Wednesday night 1-2 no limit hold'em $300 max buy-in game. We have a cash table going on out in the outer tables, and this 1-2 table going on. If you are listening or watching it near the Fort Worth area, Burleson, Texas is where we are at, just barely south of Fort Worth. Plenty of poker action here on this Wednesday night. And if any of these guys decide to not rebuy back in if they get busted, or if they decide to leave, maybe you can find yourself on the live stream. Come sign up and see if you can find yourself on the live stream table tonight. Daryl going to look down at pocket tens. Going to raise this one up to 25. RDW calls the 25 with the Queen Deuce suited, looking to mix it up early here on stream. Mac with the King 10 offsuit. Not much more to him. 15 does make the call. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop here. King 10 versus pocket 10s versus King Deuce. Jack 4-5 rainbow on this flop. Daryl's pocket 10s are still going to be good. He's going to check it, play it a little sneakily though. See if anybody takes the bait. If anybody wants to bet. Mac, seeing where he's at, going to bet out 25 with his King 10. Instantly called there by Daryl. That's going to send off red flags. RDW not connecting with this flop, so we're going to go heads up to the turn. Another Jack. That's going to make Daryl feel better about his end. In fact, he's going to lead the action out this time, betting 50, and there's no way Mac can come along here. He's going to look here and look irritated a little bit, and probably go ahead and let this one go. He's got to put on a little show at first. Can't act like he's that easy to be pushed around. And there's the fold finally. So good pot there for Daryl, who struggled on stream the last couple times, and I blame the name that he chooses. He was a pool player. He tells me, he said, I hustled pool back in my day, and they called me Dummy D. And I said, I am going to have a hard time calling you dummy on this stream, sir. But today he's gone back to his name, Daryl, and look at that. He's picking up pots already. So just don't call yourself dummy on stream. Maybe that was it. And number 7. Once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning into Poker House of Fort Worth. Lots of viewers here tonight. Let me know who you're rooting on. Let me know who you're watching, who your favorite is. You can see the Facebook and the YouTube chat. We are live streaming on both platforms. Candyman going to call the 10 with ace 7 offsuit. Daryl come along with king 8. RDW 7-3 of diamonds. Supercat calling the 10 with the 10-7 offsuit. Loving the expanded range here by her. Great squeeze spot for DJ, and that's exactly what he does. Queen 10 offsuit. He's going to raise it up to a flat 50. And you may see this go straight through, which is the power of the squeeze play. Candyman lets it go. Daryl lets it go. RDW lets his go. And Supercat's probably never calling here with the 10-7, but yep, she does let it go. So great squeeze squeeze play there by DJ, and was reaching for the chips for the squeeze right whenever I called it. There's the Misty in the chat. Figured you were here, and let's go Mac. We know she's here watching Mac play. We won a little bit early, lost a little bit right after. We've only been 8 hands deep. We missed a few of them on the live stream, but he's right about still the even stack. Lost a little bit and then picked up a pretty decent pot there off of DJ. DJ is going to be the first one to act in this hand. Goes ahead and looking down at Queen 7 offsuit, lets it go. Candyman, who's been pretty active so far, King 3 offsuit, decides to go ahead and make the call. Mac looking down at Queen 9, decides to call the $10 raise there by Candyman. So actually, Candyman raised up the King 3 offsuit to 10. Well, I like the play. But he's going to get looked up in one spot here by Mac. And Paul puts out a flop of 8, 9, Jack. He'll be giving a gut shot to Mac along with the middle pair. Candyman missing completely. Mac's going to bet this one out, and ET's going to fold. So Mac picking up a small pot there, but putting him in the black for the session.
I never wear my hair up, but we were playing outside and I just showered before I came, so I just threw it up in a bun. But
It's like 1800 or not.
I never.
Speed knob. Speed knob.
I think it's
Suicide
speed
knob.
up, yeah.
Suicide knob.
You lost $1, didn't
Candyman raising it to 15 with the 7-3 offsuit. Loving the action out of the 6 seat here. Candyman, new to the stream, decides to really play. He has been playing almost every hand and raising it up with not great hands. So definitely an action player joining us here on stream. Sometimes it brings it out in people. Sometimes they clam up. Sometimes they bring more action. 10-4 deuce on this flop. RDW going to have a top pair. Daryl will get up with ace king, has to let it go. Not connecting. Looks like Candyman might have bet, or did no? RDW puts out a bet of 25. Actually, letting the graphics catch up here, it was not Candyman who raised it up pre-flop. I believe that was ET. So the graphics sometimes fall behind there, but either way, I believe ET was the one who made that bet. And we didn't quite get to see what he had. He might have been one with the 10-9 top pair betting that one out. We've got some Clay fans. We've got some Mac fans. Wonder if DJ's better half is watching the stream, rooting him on. He's started out fast, but it has gone in the wrong direction. But knowing that DJ, he knows how to work the game back to get into the black. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Quite a few viewers, loving to see it.
I love that one. Oh yeah, that
Thank
was
you for watching or listening to the live stream.
well, no one gave me the option.
ET going to be the first one to act, looking down at 4 deuce offsuit. Clay, who just hasn't picked up a hand yet, but does look like he has more than the 300 starting stack, so he might have won a hand early. Matt calling 2 with Queen Jack suited. RDW calling 2 with the Queen 7 offsuit. Super Gap being active. Calling 2. DJ is showing at pocket 9s. It's not just a limp in for 2. Try to play this one kind of sneaky here. Queen 10 6 on this flop. So RDW and Mac both flopping the top pair. So expect to see some chips move on this one here. And in fact, RDW is going to bet this one out with Queen 7 offsuit. Mac's going to make just a smooth call. DJ making a call as well. A lot of good turn cards for pocket 9s on this flop. That is not one of them. Another queen on the board. So that's all of the queens accounted for. So this Mac and RDW pot could get pretty big. Let's see if Mac decides to continue to slow play this here. If he's going to take the betting lead out here. It looks like he did check RDW, going to fire 25 at this one. DJ has to let this one go. Mac definitely not going anywhere. In fact, Mac got him leaning back in his seat a little bit. Is he Hollywooding here, guys, or does he think that his jack may be beat? He does just make the call. The 8 on the river. No help to either player. Mac checks the option there. RDW goes all in. Now, it's not for just a whole lot more. I don't think there's any way Matt can let go of this, but it looks like it's close to $300 all-in bet there. I think he's all in for 268. Mac lays down the queen, so maybe there is a world where Mac did not have the queen and it was a card error read there. I just never thought I would imagine Mac letting go of queen in that position there. And he's got the jack, which isn't the worst kicker in the deck, but given RDW's range, I feel like he probably would have looked him up more often than not there. So it could have been a card reader error. We don't know. Looking to give Mr. Mac the benefit of the doubt. What's going on, Zach, there in the Facebook chat? When are you going to make yourself back on stream here, Zach? You saw Zach recently playing on the Poker House Live Fort Worth stream. Maybe we'll make it back on here this Friday when we're going to be streaming the $100 buy-in the $100 buy-in tournament. DJ going to try to build himself up out here, raising it up to 17 with the 10-9 of the hearts, called by Candyman with the king deuce suited, and Daryl with the ace 10 suited. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop here. Queen 9-4. Queens are popular tonight. Not going to be any help other than to DJ, who's going to make a second pair, but he's going to continue the aggression here, betting 35, and it's going to get right through. So pick up there by DJ. Trying to climb out of the cellar. Got into it just a little bit early.
Straddle, whatever y'all call it here. I call it live. Yeah, where I'm from, it's called live. Straddle. I always say live. Yeah, I learned the lingo. That's California. They call it straddle.
Hand number 12 here. Daryl looking at it. Queen 7 offsuit lets it go. RDW Ace Jack at the top of his range. We know RDW likes to play a wide range of hands and plays them well. Looks like he's going to call the $5 straddle. Candyman kind of line for 5. Playing his button with the 9-6 offsuit. Clay and Mac both calling and checking in turn. So we're going to go 4 ways to a flop. Turn card brings a 9. Mac still in the lead with his king. Is going to check his action. The front row diamonds does get there. AJ RDW with the ace jack doesn't make his diamond flush. So Mac here with top 2 pair actually going to bet this one out and get some folds all the way around more than likely. Let's Clay wants to make a play here. He's holding on to these cards for a little while. So either they are incorrect or we're about to see a bluff into Mac. Yeah, Clay's showing 8-6 suited. Looks like it might have been pocket 6. Not real sure there. It looks like it was possibly pocket 6s. But Mac still good enough there with the top 2 pair, but played it pretty slow, played it pretty quiet, so tough for Clay to put him on much there. As we wait for the graphics to do a quick reset here. All resetting the hand with the cut card. Lots of $2 limping all the way around the table. Looks like Clay is going to put a stop to that by raising it up to 15 with his king, queen of diamonds. Mac made the call with his queen 10 suited. RDW ace 7 offsuit makes the $15 call. Even DJ is going to come in there with his king deuce offsuit. So is Candyman with jack 4 suited, and that's going to price in ET with the 8 deuce. So a couple good hands and a lot of rags here, but it is definitely Texas heads up 6 ways. 8-7-3 rainbow on this board here. RDW going to have the second pair. And ET with the top pair. Clay's going to continue his aggression, betting 20. Mac going to float along with the queen 10 suited. DJ letting his king deuce go. Candyman fold. And ET going to see the 20 with his top pair, even though he has a deuce kicker. But it is good at the moment, and especially when the deuce hits the turn, giving him 2 pair. Unfortunately, everyone was just kind of floating along here, and not much of anyone had anything else except RDW, who does have a second pair with his ace 7 offsuit. He's going to bet 75, or ET's going to bet 75 with his 2 pair now, so that's going to keep it difficult for people to stick along here, even for RDW, who's the only one that he actually has a pair. He does go ahead and lay that down, so ET turning the best hand into the even better best hand by turning 2 pair. Drags that pretty healthy pot. That's going to put him right about $100 up on the evening on this $300 max buy-in game. Coming right into hand number 14. East and DJ both calling 2, right into Candyman with Pocket Kings. Raises it up to only 7. Interesting raise size here, maybe trying to induce a 2-bet out of somebody, but everybody just comes along for the 7. So Pocket King is going to have to fend off a huge field. Luckily, they share a lot of jacks to take out some of the pairs for these players. Deuce 7-7 on this board. Not seeing a 7 in anyone's hand here. So Pocket Kings of Candyman may it still be good. He's going to raise this one up immediately with the pre-flop aggression that he showed earlier and betting at 28.5. Looks like East is going to come along. No, East. I'm sorry. East lets us go. ET looks like he's going to come along with his flush draw. Does pair? Nope, he doesn't have a queen. He has Jack 5. Candyman keeps up the aggression. ET still on that heart hunt. Doesn't quite get there. A third 7 on the board does give Candyman these 7s full of kings. See how much he wants to bet here. He's unknown to him. He's not going to make anything. ET missing his flush draw. Candyman does announce some kind of a bet, but ET immediately folds, not having anything. So the Kings survive the onslaught from 3/4 of the table, and Candyman going to stack chips.
I need a zipper.
Once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Poker House Fort Worth on the Poker House Live YouTube channel and the Poker House Fort Worth Facebook. Got quite a few viewers on both platforms. Still haven't seen many fans of any of the players. Feel free to type in the chat who you're rooting on, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. I will see all of the messages. It's always a joy to see where people are watching or listening from as well, where you are. Looks like we have a lot of players coming along for the $10 maybe straddle there. Looks like we're going to go 6 ways, $10 a piece, to a flop of Jack 8 Ace. Jack 8 Ace. Candyman flopping best with his Ace Queen. Clay picks up an ace as well with the Ace Tray suited to see if he overplays this one a bit or if he can get away with the ace with the bad kicker. Candyman plays it slow. I don't necessarily hate it. Sometimes let your players catch up a little bit, but the problem is Daryl caught all the way up with Mac right behind him. The last jack of the deck does come in. Super Cat going to make a bluff here of 25, and Daryl and Mac all coming along since they have turned the best hand with the trip jacks. Now we're going to go to river 6 of a spade. This doesn't change anything. So Mac and Daryl both in a cooler situation here to a chopped pot. Candyman with the ace queen. I think Mac just folded. Mac did fold his trip jacks. So Daryl, since changing his name, has definitely turned his luck around stacking chips here on this Wednesday night DJ's $1, $2 cash game of poker. $300 max buy-in. And number 16 sees Delbert in the chat saying, Super Cat, we're all at home watching. Glad to see some fans of Super Cat. Played on quite a few live streams between DJ's game and the ladies streams. Has been a regular fixture here on Poker House Fort Worth. Has played well. And she's definitely up tonight. We missed the first couple hands, but apparently she had a doozy. $300 buy-in, and she's got over 700 in front of her. So she definitely has made some pots head her way today early before we got on the stream. And showed a little aggression for a little while there as well when she got those chips together, and I love that. Matt got a resident 15 with his king and 9 offsuit. Super Cat, who's already in for 5, decides to defend that one chip with 2 more, coming in with the 7-6 offsuit. 2, 3, 5. So gut shot here for Super Cat. Mac still doesn't have quite anything, but he's going to continue his aggression. Does Super Cat want to get involved with the 4 with the gut shot? Needs a 4 to make her straight. Decides not to chase it down as Mac bets 30 into that pot. So a little pickup there by Mac to get him back close to that even mark. Several players to this flop. On a flop we've seen already once tonight, 7-7 deuce. We got a pot of $40 here. Everybody came in for 5. Nobody holding a deuce or a 7. Lots of checks going around at the table as we see a turn with a 10. And I believe that gives Super Cat the best hand with the top pair 10s ace kicker. Don't see anyone else coming along unless they decide to get cute and make a move. It doesn't look like that's the case. So Super Cat, the big stack, getting a little bit larger there, picking up that extra $50 or so. Putting her up to close to the 800 mark. Which is a fantastic stack to have in a $300 max buy-in game here. Had a great session so far. As you see there, 750 in her stack. Daryl about 110 up at 410. ET, RDW, Clay, Sandman, all hovering still around that $300 mark, plus a little bit more. Mac, East, and DJ are the only down players right now. All less than $100 down, so it's still early. Plenty of time in the stream. We're going to be with you until 10 p.m. for a couple more hours. Of course, this game will go on beyond the end of the stream as it does every Wednesday. So if you're watching or listening near the Burleson, Texas area, if you are close to Poker House Fort Worth, come on by. We've got a cash game going on in the outer tables. We have the live stream table that you can get on the list for if a seat does open up. You will join these guys live on the stream for the next couple hours. Lots of players calling the $5 straddle. Not much to write home about out of these hands. Looks like we're about 7 ways to a flop. possibly 8 out of 9 players called this one here. Ace King 9 on this flop here. Doesn't do much for anybody. Gives ET and Clay gut shots with their Jack 10, Daryl with the Queen 10. 10 on the turn. It does pair a couple of the players in the hand. And the valued ET going to be the one betting out his 10. Clay coming along as well with his same hand at Jack 10. So Daryl here with the Queen 10. So 2 Jack 10s versus a Queen 10 is going to have them out pipped. Deuce changes nothing on this river, so Daryl, barring any folding here, is going to be able to take this one down with third pair.
I think the kids are done.
And Daryl is going to take this one down with his better kicker. Decent little pot there.
Can I take it back now? Oh my God, are you serious? I knew he was gonna want to have 10, 20. So now he's got the last act. Only if nobody raises. Only if nobody raises. You raise.
We are less than an hour into the stream, and we've already reached the $20 straddle territory. Players wanting to mix it up quick here. Mac putting on the $20 straddle. I absolutely love it. Daryl folding ace 6 RDW. King Jack offsuit is going to make this $20 call. Ace with queen 10 lets it go into the muck. Super Cat with the ace 7 offsuit. Probably a little hard to call a 20 here, even if you have an ace in your hand. It's a terrible, terrible kicker. She does go ahead and let that go. DJ, who would love to get into a pot that's already blown up so big, unfortunately didn't wake up with anything. ET folding as well as this Candyman. So Clay going to complete the 20 with ace 4 offsuit, and Mac in the straddle looks down at king 9 of diamonds and just instantly punishes the 2 limpers by going all in here for over 200 with his king 9 of diamonds. It's up to RDW and Clay to see if they want to try to call him out on his bluff. He does have the third placed hand. But king 9 suited. Worst cards out there to get it all in with. I don't think Clay's going to be able to make the call here with the ace 4 offsuit. So he looks at Mac and kind of gives him a little laugh.
That's half of it, right? You get 250. Not even 250. What you have? I want more shot again, dude. That's y'all's last opportunity for this house. Daryl said, well, ago that I can use close. Actually, before this hand, I'm back up to 300. Adding 100.
Right now? Doesn't look, he's looking, or,
I haven't looked at it.
Mac here continuing the straddle. It's going to make it $10 to play this hand. Daryl looking down at the king queen of diamonds decides to call the 10. RDW calling 10 with queen 8 offsuit. He's now looking at queen 6 suited. So that's 3 queens all out kicking each other there. There's like a little reload there by East as well, right before the hand was dealt out, building him back up a little bit. DJ looking down at 8-9 offsuit, wanting to get in here and splash this around for $10 here. Candyman letting the fold through ET, looking at Jack 10 of diamonds. Now, that's not an easy hand to fold 5 ways, but he does let it go. So big fold there by ET. And now back on Mac with the 7-4 suited. Not quite what you want to pick up in the straddle here, but he's going to act like it's even more as he's going to tickle this $10 raise up to 40. So nice play there by Mac. Daryl's going to come along with the King Queen suited, RDW coming along as well. So did not shake anyone off, but that's the nature of Texas poker. As we look down at an ace, deuce, 9 rainbow flop, doesn't help anyone. DJ does make second pair. Let's see if he wants to bet this out. It's semi bluff, second pair of aces. Daryl letting his suited king queen go, and it's going to get through. So well timed bet there by DJ, deciding to represent that ace, and it does get through, helping him get back to that even mode. No straddles on this hand here. East is going to call the $2 with the 10-9. Super Cat, that was 7 deuce, Super Cat. I'm sure y'all are playing the 7 deuce game. You need to be raising that one up, using that image to win that 7 deuce game. But it wouldn't have made it all the way through as ET wakes up with ace, queen of diamonds, going to raise it up to 25. And East and Candyman both are going to be able to fold this one away. So ET there picking up the pot pre-flop there with the well-timed raise on the button there with ace, queen of diamonds.
Are they still running the $1, $2, $300 max line? Or $50, $60? Maybe they're not. They were running a small.
Hand number 22 being dealt out here at Poker House in Fort Worth. Still quite a few people watching and or listening. Thank everyone for tuning in. Whether you're watching on Facebook or on our YouTube channel, I will see the chat. If you want to root somebody on, let me know who you are rooting for in this $1, $2, $300 max buy-in game, DJ's game we have every Wednesday night here at Poker House Fort Worth. You can sign up for and play. Candyman decided to limp in with ace, queen, getting a couple callers out of ET and Clay. Mac looking down at pocket 9 is going to raise this up to $35. Pretty decent sized raise here. RDW with king 3 offsuit decides to go ahead and gamble it in there with $35 raised. DJ ace 4 offsuit lets it go. Candyman, who just left in with the ace queen. Let's see if he decides to play this a little more aggressively or if he just wants to call the 33. Of course, the raise is coming from Mac, which definitely looks stronger than usual here. So he does just like to go ahead and make the call. ET, get out of the way, and Clay, get out of the way. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop. RDW just picks 2 cards and goes with it. I love it. 7-8-9. 7-8-9 on this flop here. That's going to be top set for Mac, and he's not going to waste any time. Going to go ahead and get this put in and not get any more action, unfortunately, out of any of these players. Candyman looking for a red colored flop, and instead gets all 3 black cards. So Mac just starting to get it in there with the straight and flush pretty much already there. Turns over his hand, announcing the top set, and some much good chips there to pull Mac back into the black over 300. Got a YouTube chat user, tell Easton stop playing crappy hands. Well, that's not my place, unfortunately. He is on live stream though, so we can all watch him play whatever he chooses to play. But it's definitely pretty solid advice for any cash game coming from Jed there. Looks like all players are putting in $5 for the double board bomb pot they do at the top of every hour. We do them on dealer changes here at Poker House Fort Worth, but on the live streams we do it once per hour because they do take a little bit of time, but they usually have lots of action. For those not familiar, this is a 5-card Omaha hand with 2 boards. You can only play 2 cards in your hand, but you must play 2 cards in your hand. So if there's a 4 to a flush on one of the boards and you have the ace of that suit, you do not have a flush. You have to play 2 out of your hand. 2 out of your hand and 3 on the board. And in this case, there are 2 boards. So you can pick any combination of 2 cards to play on either a board you want. The ultimate goal is to have the best hand on both boards here. Looks like we're going to have a lead-out bet from RDW. He's got 6-3-3 deuce. So he's going to have a set of 3s on both boards. Set of 3s on both boards, and not much else working, unfortunately. Holding one of his own outs on that top board of deuce. Harder to make a vote that way. Looks like Supercat and DJ fold their hands. Candyman, ET fold. See if we get any action with this. Clay going to come along with the ace, king, 7-7. Does have a pair of aces on that bottom board. Mac, a lot of good turn cards for Mac with his queen 10. But no flush draw for him. But he is going to come along, and Daryl's going to come along as well with his top set of jacks. I just saw that. It's difficult to see all these cards. Everyone has 4 plus 3 to 8, the 6, 8, and 10 cards on the flops here. So Daryl's going to have RDW in really bad shape here. And RDW is the one that continued to fire at this pot, batting another 25. Clay is still coming along, feeling like his ace king could hold up to something. Again, not much going for Mac on this one, but he doesn't have a whole lot of chips left. So yeah, it looks like he's going to raise it up at a bluff here by Mac. And there's RDW going to go all in, and okay, so Daryl did not have pocket jack. Sometimes when they have 4 cards apiece, some of the readers get a little bit off. I don't think he's going to be folding top set of jacks there, but he could have. He could have. There's a 2-3-6 on the board. This is a 4-card bomb pot. A lot of people will have any random 2 cards. You have to put the ranges out there, even though it's still a tough fold. And he might not have had anything working on the bottom board, so he's only going after half of the board. But back here, putting in the raise, looks like he's going to be needing some help. Drawing dead against top board there of RDW with the set. So right now, RDW winning both boards at the moment with the set of 3s. RDW looking for a board pairing card. Both boards to lock this one up. Pretty healthy pot here. Over $800 in the pot. This is what bomb pots are good for. Lots of action, lots of draws, lots of money gets put into these bomb pots. Dealer Paul putting out the river king and a 4 on the bottom. doesn't really bring much in. So unless the card readers are incorrect, RDW may scoop this one down, set over set. Set on both boards. DJ giving a clap and a good hand. Looks like might be confirmed as Paul double checks these cards. Cards tabled up scoop. So let's look at all the possible combinations. Looks like he's chopping up the pot here, so somebody has something here. I believe Mac had 4-5, it looked like there. Covered up by the graphics, but I believe it was 4-5 earlier when he threw it out there, which is going to give him the nut straight on the top board. They are going to chop this one up. Looks like Mac had the 4-5 for the 2-3-4-5-6 nut straight there. RDW with the set of threes on the bottom going to be good for the other half of this board. So RDW and Mac scooping in, chopping up a very, very healthy pot there, 800. So that's going to put both of these players well into the black here. So you're looking at the $20,000 free roll championship on October 12th. That's right, a $20,000 free roll. There's only one way to get into this free roll, and that's to qualify to play in one of our 3 qualifying tournaments. And we have the first one coming up this week. This Saturday at 3 p.m., only a $25 entry satellite tournament to get in the top 15%. You don't even have to win the tournament. You don't have to do even worry about your chips. You're just trying to get in the top 15% this Saturday for only $25 to punch your ticket into the $20,000 free roll championship on October 12th. Now, the chip stacks in this tournament qualifier is based upon your participation in the month of July, and that goes from everything from the cash games to the tournaments. There's many ways to build chips to go for these qualifiers. So if you've been here at all to Poker House Fort Worth, you have built up some chips into this qualifier. And if you haven't made it at all, it does not matter. With just a membership here to Poker House Fort Worth, you're going to get an automatic base 5,000 in chips. So you're going to have some chips to try to spin up and get in on that 15% and punch your ticket into that $20,000 free roll championship on October 12th. You only have 3 opportunities to get into this tournament. That's a $25 satellite. Super inexpensive to get into the free roll championship on October 12th, worth $20,000. The next one's coming up on September 7th and October 5th, so the beginning of the next couple months. So you can start building your chip stack tomorrow for the September 7th qualifier. But those that have been here and been playing, you have been stacking up chips for the August 3rd qualifier. That is this Saturday at 3 o'clock. It's going to be an amazing turnout. I believe lots of people interested in this satellite because there's only 3 opportunities to get into that $20,000 free roll. And you're not even trying to win. All you're trying to do is get in the top 15%. As soon as the top 15% is attained, the tournament's over. All the players who are in that top 15% punch their ticket and get into that $28,000 free roll championship on October 12th. So if you haven't made it into Poker House Fort Worth, doesn't matter. You still have some chips just by purchasing a membership with us. You can play in this qualifier tournament for only $25. And if you have been here over the course of the month of July, playing in our cash games, playing in any tournaments, You're earning chips for your chip stack there on August 3rd, this Saturday, 3 p.m., to get in the top 15% and punch your ticket to the $20,000 free roll in October. So big, big, big Saturday coming up in a couple days here at Poker House Fort Worth. I will be here for that tournament. So come see and say hi to me and run that chip stack up to get in the top 15% to come back in October and play in that zero entry free roll $20,000 prize pool tournament. Clay going to raise this one up with King, Queen, offsuit 212. Few callers coming around. Super Cat coming along with Ace, Jack, Clay, or Candyman with the Ace 8 offsuit, and RDW with the King, Jack offsuit. We're going to go 4 ways to a flop. Dealer Paul putting out Ace, Queen, 7. So big hands all around. RDW with a gut shot. Super Cat, top pair aces. Candyman also top pair aces. Clay was second pair with the queens. Super Cat going to be the one that's betting it out here for 20 with the best hand of it so far. Candyman getting locked in on those pair of aces, but that 8 kicker is going to get him in trouble at the moment. And RDW going to float along as well for $20, trying to hit a 10 on the turn to make his Broadway. 3 of clubs is not it. Doesn't change it for anybody here. Super Cat going to keep up the aggression, making another bet here. Candyman's got to start thinking about where he stands in this one. He only has an 8 kicker for his ace. Super Cat has not been getting out of line. He made a pretty decent lay down to her earlier. Let's see if he can make another one. Doesn't look like he's in the mood as he's cutting out chips 45 to make this call. RDW probably losing his equity very quickly on this one here, especially if Candyman finds a way to fold this ace 8. Which he uncaps his cards, and he does fold. A big fold there by Candyman. Great job getting away from that ace. And RDW decides to fold his gut shot. And so Super Cat picking up a decent size pot there, putting her back for the $800 mark at the table, the chip leader. Oh, and they do show the river. They decided to rabbit hunt, and RDW would have hit his gut shot Broadway, ruining the hand there for Cat. So good on Cat for keeping up the aggression to get RDW to fold, who does not fold very easily. But given Cat's reputation that precedes her, knowing that anytime she's reaching for chips, she typically has. But then there is a points list to see how many chips you have. I believe that's going to be going up tomorrow. The updated version going up tomorrow for the points list. I don't know if it's a combination points list, but I think it'll be 2 separate lists. One with all the cash game hours played by the cash gamers, and then the tournament entries, rebuys, add-ons that people have been accruing for chips. Those will all be listed as well. And anybody who has placed high, there are some tournament rankings at stake for all the tournaments that we have, and the top percentage of the tournament rank gets an extra 5,000 in chips. There's just a lot of ways to get chips. We should have an updated list on that written hopefully tomorrow. Clay looking down at King Jack of Hearts, raising this one up with 2 other callers. 10, 5, 7 on this flop. 2 clubs. See if I think I saw a 10 in the field. Yeah, ET does have a 10. Checks his option. Ace on the turn doesn't change anything for many players, but we have ET, or no, it's Clay going to be betting this guy. He was a pre-flop aggressor with his King Jack suited. RDW with the 8-7 third pair makes the call. DJ, who has a gut shot, just has to make the call for 15. A 6 on the river does not change anything, and ET's 10s are going to be best, but that board got real connected real quick. We'll see if he decides to check his option here, if he decides to go ahead and try to get some thin value from 7. And they're going to fold over to ET there, who is going to have the best hand. Over the 400 mark, $100 up on the session. Again, thanks everyone for tuning in to DJ's game, the $1, $2, $300 max buy-in cash game every Wednesday here at Poker House Fort Worth. You can sign up at any point during the week here at Poker House Fort Worth to be on the live stream. And for that matter, if you are listening in or watching it nearby our Burleson location, you can come by tonight. We have some cash games going on the outer tables, and we have a wait list you can get on for this game. Maybe you can find your way onto stream before the end of the stream, but either way, the game does continue after the stream. So plenty of action to be had on this Wednesday night here at Poker House Fort Worth. So looking at it, ace 10 going to raise just actually just going to make the straddle call here. Mac making the call as well with pocket sixes. Daryl, looks like Daryl's going to raise it up here with the king 9. Oh no, I'm sorry, RDW. Daryl makes the call with king 9. RDW with the 7-9 suited decides to raise it up. I love the range selection again out of RDW as always. You have to raise it up with some of the sneakier connector hands rather than all of the best hands. But everyone here has just enough to come along, so we've already got over $120 a pot. Paul puts out a flop of ace, jack, queen, 2 hearts. Well, Clay's got the ace 10. And it is going to check around. Everybody a little leery of everyone else. Another ace on the turn is going to put a pretty decent percentage into Clay's win category here with his ace 10 offsuit. Let's see if he announces himself here and makes somewhat of a bet trying to build this pot with his trip aces. Actually, DJ's doing his classic $4 bet. So there you go. His 2 pair aces and queens decides to bet out 4. And it looks like everybody's coming along. Jack on the river changes nothing. No one holding the jack for the bottom end of the boat. Let's see if DJ he bets $7 here just to see who wants to call something. I mean, he's got the nuts with the no pair, but we see that Clay has the big boat here. We'll definitely see him raise. DJ bet 7. Candyman decided to raise to 14. And then Clay is going to 3-bet to 75. So just as expected, this pot is spiraling out of control. And RDW made the flush and calls the bet. I didn't even notice RDW made the flush on the river. But with 2 pair on the board, there's a lot that does beat him. But he decides to make the call anyway to keep Clay honest. Candyman letting it go. And you could see Clay re-raise here. No, he just because RDW just called 75 on the river. So RDW hoping to see that his flush might have been good, but Clay is going to have the big boat taking down that over $300 pot.
Oh, never mind. 2 cards in play. Never mind.
No, yeah, I didn't know. He was just kidding.
Yeah, about the 2 cards.
There's still one. Alright? Yeah. Get behind you.
Yeah, but
$5. $2 call.
you figured you might have had it. I figured you might have had it, but I figured you couldn't get out. It's like a
that far
jab,
in. Yeah.
screws, that's all you think of. No, that's whenever you call, it's like, oh, where's
So I'm gonna hand it
shop?
I do.
What do you got? 6, 2, 3, 3, okay, thank you.
You just want someone here.
Listen, me too. We're all here to do the same thing.
You've already won, so yeah, well, no.
Yeah, that's why we stuck together.
Or they want to call it, anybody else is doing it.
DJ got 15.
Oh, I broke even or only won like 8 bucks here and there. One day I lost, but I've never been like, and then
Ace off flush, C5.
you want to do it again?
Yes, sir.
I was like, you know what?
Good when you're holding that ace. I blocked it, yeah. I like when that happens. I appreciate it. Hasn't been there yet.
Whether you, yeah, hold it or not, yeah.
Which is maybe that.
It's not as bad. It still sucks.
Once again, I want to welcome everyone for tuning into Poker House of Fort Worth. East finally picking up some cards here. Ace King offsuit and raises up to 15. DJ just having to get the mix with Queen 9. ET coming along with 10-8. And Daryl looks like pocket fives there. 4 ways to a flop. Jack, Deuce, 9. DJ flopping the middle pair here. Looks like he is going to be the one to bet this one. No, yeah, he does bet up to 20. And call there by ET, I believe, if the graphics catch up. Now, he does have 10-8. ET just made it to straight there. Looks like East came along with Earl, so DJ from East is going to be the one betting it out this time. So this hand definitely has gone off the rails. Now, ET here thinking about his hand that he's sitting there holding the nuts. Does go ahead and make a pretty healthy bet here. Looks like we're going to make it a full 100 to come along. See if ET can go let the Ace King go. Tough spot here for DJ. No way really that he can call here with the second pair, but he's got to put on a little bit of a show to let ET know he wasn't betting with just anything today.
Yes, I put you on 18.
So we just said I put you on 18. That's exactly what he has, sir. And he does let that one go. So Good catch there by ET, catching that pretty good pot along the way. Newcomer to PJ's game here. Had a pretty good night.
I wasn't drawn. No, I wasn't drawn. Not betting the flop. You're betting the turn and you called my head. You'll see. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't lie. I put you on 10 8 and I bet into it. And I don't know why I did that. It's something Randy would do. Candyman.
Oh shit, I shuffled this, y'all.
1 and 8. We do our cards. 1 and 8.
Daryl.
Daryl, pulling us up? Honey. What kind of game are you playing over here? Oh gosh. I know it is, and I love this game. Mark the time. You can look it up later. You guys can watch it.
Lots of $2 action coming along to a DJ who's looking down at one of his favorite hands, the 3 deuce suited, raising it up to 18. And it's probably going to go through here. If it gets sticky with some of the cards, but that's DJ favorite hand, you know, 3 deuce suited. Daryl making the call with ace 9 offsuit. Cat thinking long and hard about the 7-4. Decides to say, go ahead and let's come along here. So interesting hand so far. 7 deuce deuce. DJ taking the 3 deuce and just smashes this flop, and you got Super Cat betting into him. Wow. Daryl getting out of the way. 7-4 dominated by 3 deuce. Let's see if Cat stays with the pedal on pedal here. Looks like he checked it over. DJ.
I'm going to say right now you have ace 4 hearts.
What, are you flat?
No.
You small? Marijuana?
Just not enough what you got.
I don't have ace 4.
See if she can get away from this beef here.
I will check.
72.
Be nice.
I am.
Be nice.
Checks over DJ, and he immediately bets right into her 72, which was what the flop was. 7 deuce deuce. See if we can listen in the conversation here.
I swear to God I did. Fuck, quit cussing.
You know that I cuss all everyone knows a couple of times a goddamn tree. I need a zipper for my mouth. I don't want to give you that much of my money. You probably did. Don't say that. Shut your mouth.
I really thought you had ace 4 hearts.
Lots of banter about this hand. If you probably hear that from the tip up here. Taking a very long time about looking up DJ with this 7-4.
I just said I watched all the time.
And I swear to him I wasn't steaming.
Thinking quite a long time. DJ shows the 3. Cat showing the 4.
I'm calling the clock.
DJ tired of the conversation, calling the clock. Cue the elevator music.
I don't like your trash panda voice. I'm trying to be nice and
You got 60 seconds. Once it goes down to 0, your hand's going to be considered dead.
The man that James did providing a track on a
well, I
street
can't hear it. I mean, I can't. I'm maybe I'm blind.
5 all day before you introduce it. When you hear me hit the floor.
That's fine.
I mean, I call.
She makes the call, and
I knew it.
DJ
Fucking knew it. Sorry.
turns over the dude. Blatantly obvious deuce tray. Take down that pot. Super Cat knew better, but just couldn't help herself. She said it herself. She was stubborn, calling it that last bet from DJ, and that will help DJ get unstuck here on DJ's game, playing his 3 deuce just like their aces, and works out perfect for him, as it does more often than not. DJ brings himself up a couple $100 after that pot with the 3 deuce suited, and first time clock's been called on DJ's game, that's for sure. But let's see if the action and that little bit of fun banter has any lasting effects here on the game. See how Cat reacts from here on out. But she will inevitably come back for revenge on that one. Lots of limping around the table coming to Clay, who's going to wake up with pocket jacks. Going to raise this one up to 22. A pretty healthy raise, but not a lot in the field to get much action. And it's going, DJ calls with King Deuce. So DJ is the one that's loosened up here. So we're going to go King Deuce versus a pocket jacks. There's a deuce on the flop, bottom pair, always enough to keep DJ coming along, maybe. But Clay hasn't really played much this evening, not much to go with. DJ going to make this $25 call, though, so we're going to go 4 on the turn. The board gets a little bit more straight and definitely DJ's range. It doesn't slow Clay down as he bets 40. DJ coming along as well. Queen on the river doesn't change anything. Let's see if Clay tries to get to a cheap showdown. No, he's still reaching for chips. He's going to bet this one out. And DJ just could he make a crying call here based on the pot size, or does he go ahead and let this one go? Only has a bluff catcher here with the deuces, but Clay is not much of a bluffer. DJ talking it out to himself, playing as ace king or ace queen, might have hit the queen on the river. He does go ahead and look him up to keep Clay honest. Clay immediately showing the pocket jacks. DJ says that makes sense and gives a little bit of Super Cat's money over to Clay after those last couple of pots there. So Clay being patient here on the live stream gets rewarded with the pocket jacks and fires 3 bullets of value and gets paid on all 3 of them. Super Cat still holding all the chips even after giving some of them away to DJ. About $650. Clay right behind her after that pot. ET a little over 500. Mac about 4. DJ about 450. He's just showing to be back in the black for the evening after buying a couple more bullets and those $300 max buy-in game. RDW will be the first one to act. Ace 4 suited. East coming along as well, Queen 10. And there you see a quick glance of me as I came over to check on the table after the quick break. And DJ telling me about how long she took to make that call.
I knew. I just couldn't let it go because I'm a woman.
Yeah, we stretch.
We did. It was
I'll try to come up with some commentary.
Yeah.
You can't tell them all that say it was hilarious. She said, well, I can't hear when somebody calls spots. I can hear other stuff. And Max said, well, you're taking so damn long. When I drop in and you see me hit the floor, you know your time's up. But guess what the hand was?
It was pretty funny.
Good trade.
Call.
DJ lets me know that he won a big pot with his deuce tray and came back into here. Since we're on a 15-minute delay, I get to watch what happened that they were telling me about here live with you. And went down just like he said, long and hard thinking by Super Cat. And DJ gets paid off with his deuce tray suited. Several people to this flop of 5-3 deuce. Candyman with a pair, but RDW flopping the wheel. And going to lead this one out for 25. Let's see if anyone wants to come along. Not much for anyone else except for Candyman, who does have a pair with the ace. Hasn't played a hand much recently. Making a pair might entice him to come along, and it does. He does call the 25. King on the turn doesn't change much. RDW still with the rest of it, the flop straight, bets into the 25. See if Candyman wants to continue for another quarter. He's hoping to spike a 4 there for the straight, but little does he know, RDW's already there, but it does come along. So RDW getting max value here. He's going to go ahead and bet this river with 30. Did he bet another 25? Can he get 3 quarters in a row? And he does. 3 quarters in a row. Going to get paid on this ace 4 wheel. So RDW, max value there from Candyman. Candyman wanted to get away from it every step of the way, but unfortunately the cards haven't been too kind to him, so he sees any pair as being a monster right now. We've all been there in poker. But a big needed pickup there by RDW. Yeah, Jordan, need to tell your buddy Candyman there that could have let that one go. Made some good calls and bets earlier. Built up a little bit of a stack, and he's given some of it back here recently as the deck has turned against him. We're on hand at number 33 of DJ's game. The $1, $2 no limit hold'em, $300 max buy-in. As you see Candyman there adding on to his stack, that crisp $100 bill. Get some more bullets to get back in there and try to get those chips back that he just gave to RDW. So the 7 deuce game is usually in play here at DJ's game, and we see that it probably is still as Clay raises it up to 22 with the 7 deuce offsuit after a few callers here. RDW looking at a king, a queen offsuit, decides to make the call. So putting a first bullet dampener down on the 7 deuce, winning the hand. And that's going to bring along DJ with queen 8 suited and Mac with jack 8 suited. So we're going to go 4 ways to a flop. Can Clay find a good enough flop to get through a bet and everyone fold to win the 7 deuce game? Paul puts out a 9-5 king. Unfortunately, that king is going to be RDW's top pair. So Clay will not be able to move forward with the 7 deuce game. Mac may get sicky here with the jack 8 of clubs, though. So good try there by Clay, trying to exciting it up a little bit there with the 7 deuce win. And will Mac come on with the flush draw? Does make the call of 25. Immediately rewarded on the turn with the 3rd club. We'll see if RDW recognizes the flush does get there. See if he slows down, but he looks like he's stacking chips. And Mac is licking his lips as RDW puts out $50 that he will not see unless RDW can get another club, and he does not. So Mac's flush going to hold up good here. RDW is going to check over to Mac, and Mac is not going to check back. Going to try to get a little bit of thin value, betting 75 here. And will RDW look him up with top pair? Nope, he does not. Recognizing that there's no way that Mac is ever bluffing there, and has at least 2 pair, if not made that flush on the turn. So good fold there by RDW. Fired a couple bullets at it to see where he was at. Figured out real quickly that Mac was here to stay. And Mac stacking some chips. Pushing him over the $500 mark. And Super Cat is doing exactly what she should do. It is her turn to play 3 deuce. Raise it up to 15. DJ makes the call. Actually, no, DJ 3-bets to 30. Oh, please re-raise him, Super Cat. This is the vengeance hand. Oh, she just makes the call. I would have loved to have seen her 3-bet DJ there, 4-bet DJ there. So pocket sixes versus 3-2. Oh, she hits the deuce. Her vengeance plan could go awry here as she does make bottom pair with the 3 deuce. Already looking at DJ, knowing exactly what's transpiring here. She checks it over, and DJ is going to bet this out.
Crazy. Oh, I know, right?
Does she try to enact the revenge here with the 3 deuce that DJ did to her? DJ is betting out 15.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this today? Pray out. I know you do. Why are you doing this?
She's going to let it go. Super Cat, 3-bet there. That would have been amazing, amazing, amazing. Perfect vengeance setup, and she just couldn't quite pull the trigger. Don't blame her. It's tough to do against DJ. The man doesn't like folding. But that would have been amazing entertainment to see what his reaction would have been to a 4-bet pre or a check raise there on that flop.
But I did not accept a raise from you, and I was about to back down. See what came out.
Now it's Candyman's turns here to get pocket sixes. ET right behind him, where he's going to raise it up to 15 with 6-5 of diamonds. And Clay is going to wake up with pocket kings, going to 3-bet this to a monster 65. RDW, who loves any 2 cards, calls the 65 with 9-3 of diamonds. Let's see what DJ has. Hates to pass up a big pot. Looks like he did have to fold. Candyman getting out of the way. And now action's back on ET, who is going to let the 6-5 of diamonds go. So we're going to go heads up. Clay's pocket kings against RDW's 9-3 of diamonds. Paul's going to give us a flop of a Jack 7-5. Doesn't work out quite the way RD was hoping, and Clay's going to continue to fire here, betting out 100 on this flop, and RDW is going to have to just let this one go. So I love the gamble, but it just didn't quite work out for RDW this time. And Clay's patience wakes up with another hand, shows the whole table. The pocket kings survived.
When I tried to start getting deep, that's when I tried to diamond the slope. It didn't work. I don't know. I was supposed to play kings. Kings will get you lit up. So like, people fall in love with this two hands. An ace king. It's just unreal. It's wrong. Is that what I call it? Yes, you got this. Yeah, it started two hands. Kings and aces.
Lots of $2 calls come around this table. Some decent hands. See if DJ can squeeze here. Decides to just come along. Several players to a limped pot of King 9-3. East second pair. Candyman does have a king, not a very great kicker. As this hand kind of proceeds to check around over to East, who's going to bet this out for $10 with his middle pair. Might see Candyman call one time here. He does 4-10 with his top pair, kind of a weak kicker. Mac deciding to call with his bottom pair, see if he can catch some running at diamonds. And Daryl looking for a gut shot. Doesn't quite get there on the turn with a deuce of hearts. Doesn't change much of anything for anyone, but Candyman's going to be the one to lead this one out. Now, interesting play. But East do the betting on the flop, and now he's going to lead up for 20, and East is not going anywhere. Immediately calls 8 of diamonds on the river. Doesn't change anything. Candyman going to slow down, and East needs to bet here if he's going to win this hand. I know the knee-jerk reaction is to just get to a cheap showdown, and unfortunately he does check it. I don't know that a bet would have worked anyway, so it probably was for the best, but I would have liked to see how Candyman would have reacted to a good $80 blender bet there, putting Candyman to the test with the king with the bad kicker. Quite a few viewers still on YouTube and Facebook. And thank you for tuning into Poker House of Fort Worth. Our 1-2 no limit hold'em $300 max buy-in DJ's game on Wednesday nights. Let me know in the chat where you're watching from or listening from, who you're rooting on. Lots of familiar faces and a few new ones for DJ's game tonight. Some of these newer folks might have some fans out there. Let me know. 3 players left on this 5 queen king 9 board. Clay with the second pair, RDW with second pair as well, Daryl with third pair. Checks over both places over to RDW, who's going to bet, I think he bet the flop as well. 7, going to continue bet here at 25 and pick up that pot there, showing the queen. Looks like Mac back in the straddling mood. We have a 1, 2, 5, 10. Yeah, I'm all about watching the players straddle on the live stream, but it's dangerous for Mac to do, given DJ, who loves to squeeze the button to do so. So it's going to be 10 to play this hand. RDW come along for 10 with the 10-8 offsuit. East makes the call of 10 with his ace tray of spades. Supercat reaching for a barrel of chips, raising it to 100. I think that is the largest bet Supercat has made on stream with her ace queen of clubs. DJ letting queen at jack go. ET not waking up with anything here. Clay letting his hand go. Mac looking down at 10-4, decides to let his straddle up $10 go. RDW not wanting to fight either. Now will East look up Cat here with his ace tray of spades. So they're all in her fold. East, what's it going to be? Only with a little less than 200 behind. But ace tray is behind most 99.9% of everything that Cat's going to do this with. And he does make the lay down. So Super Cat showing some strength, picking up some of those blinds. Showing the ace queen, which is kind of unexpected for most of her previous play, but big bet gets paid. Picks up about $40 there for that $100 bet. And I could be wrong. Maybe she'll let me know when she watches the stream back, saying I have bet more than 100. But if she has, I don't remember it much. I almost can guarantee she hasn't done that pre-flop before. So liking the action out of Super Cat tonight for sure. And her heavier betting has worked out so far as her stack is almost $650 on that $300 investment. So having a decent night to make some bets like that as well. East going to limp in here for 5 with his 10-6 offsuit. Super Cat looks down at 5 deuce offsuit, throws it into the muck. DJ and Candyman. DJ lets his go. Candyman calls the 5 with king at 9 offsuit. ET coming along with ace tray offsuit. Clay going to raise this one up to 20 with jack 7 of clubs. Mac decides he wants to play this hand. 10-3 suited of spades for 20. Now action back on Candyman. Goes ahead and lays his cards down. And now ET with the ace tray offsuit. 15 more. Decides to let his cards go. So we're going to go heads up with the jack 7 of clubs and 10-3 of spades. 2 unexpected hands out of these gentlemen here with just with the pre-flop raising. And we're going to see a flop of 10, I believe it was 8-3. 2 pair for Mac, and Clay is going to be the one to continue the aggression he showed pre-flop on an ill-timed board for him. Let's see if Mac slow plays this. No, he does not. Again, Clay made the C bet of $20, and Mac's going to immediately raise him to, looks like 6 to 80. So Clay here, only a 9 would save him thus far in this hand, or running clubs, but I'm not sure that it's worth the extra $60 needed to call. Mac has not gotten out of line tonight, but he reaches for chips and he makes the call. I absolutely love it. 8 on the turn, counterfeits. Mac That does downgrade his hand. Will that make a difference? Can Clay find it in him to try to take this one away here? He does check it over to Mac. And Mac going to check his option back since the 8 ruined his hand there. And now another 8 on the river does give Mac the best hand with the 8s full of 3s. But boy, he could put a lot of pressure on Mac here if Clay puts a hefty bet in, since he did raise pre-flop, and he does $75. I love the play, but I just don't think it's enough to get Mac to fold. This man does not like to fold his cards, but Clay did raise it up pre-flop, so he could represent any pocket pair here, and most pocket pairs are going to be bigger than the pair of tens here for Mac if he does have jacks, queens, kings, or aces here, because he's shown good hands, but not this time. So big attempt there by Clay. He's showed down queens. He's showed down kings. He's shown the hands tonight, but Mac's going to look him up with that 10 there in the hole. I mean, Clay's even showed jacks, so he's definitely had the cards tonight. But just not quite a big enough bullet there to get Mac off of his hand. Mac definitely or known to be sticky. So I'm not entirely sure that there's anything there that Clay could have done to steal that one away from Mac. But it was definitely a good attempt. I like the follow through. And now we are on to the second bomb pot of the night. Those that do not know the bomb pot, we do the bomb pots on the dealer changes here at Poker House Fort Worth, but in the streams we just do it at the top of the hour. It is a 4-card Omaha High hand with 2 boards. You must play 2 cards out of your hand for each board. Any 2 cards work. Clay here betting at 20 with his ace, jack, trip aces on this top board here. Not much working down on the bottom. RDW, who has the last ace in the deck, decides to raise it up. Neither player having the boat on the top, but RDW having a little bit working down at the bottom. A deuce would give him a wheel. He does have a pair of 4s. East making the call here. He's looking down at top pair on the bottom board and gut shot wheel on the top. He's got 2 pair on the bottom, 8s and 4s. Sorry. So 3 on the top. That is going to be an interesting card for RDW and East, who have made the wheel on the top, while Clay still has just the naked ace trips on the top. No players have a heart draw, which the board is showing on both boards. Clay's going to continue to show aggression and bet 50 into this hand. And RDW immediately going all in with the wheel on the top and not much else on the bottom. East with the same wheel does go ahead and go all in as well. So both players playing the 5-4 on the top board, but East with the bottom board having 2 pair. It's going to get him 3/4 of this pot here, unless is there anything RDW can make on the bottom? They both share so many cards that it's hard for RDW to take away this bottom board. So both players getting it all in. Both players 5-4 on the top board. There's chopping the top where East has the lead with 2 pair on the bottom, 8s and 4s. Let's see if anything changes on this bottom. A king on the river, it does not. So RDW and East are going to chop the top board, and then East is going to take the bottom board with the 2 pair 8s and 4s. So big hand here for East. He's going to take 3/4 of this almost $400 pot. Let's see if dealer Paul agrees with my assessments here on these cards, if they were all read correctly by the readers. RDW does get East does get half the pot for the bottom. And now dealer Paul is going to show the chop here for the 5-4 wheel on the top. So East does come out ahead on the bomb pot, getting 3/4 of it with the 5-4-8-4 combo. A couple people in the Facebook chat roasting Candyman a little bit. So Candyman definitely has some fans in the chat. Candyman new to the stream here, DJ's game. A stream that you can play in as well. You can sign up anytime at Poker House Fort Worth during the week. Get in on this game every Wednesday. It's a $1, $2 no limit hold'em cash game with a $300 max buy-in. Very affordable game for most anyone who plays poker to be able to play in. But the game is definitely a little more fun and a little more gambling. We haven't seen just too many monster pots tonight, but we've definitely seen some good moves, some pretty good bluffs. It's definitely been a good cash game. Speaking of crazy moves here, DJ waking up with pocket queens only limps in for $2 to see if anybody can take the bait, and it's going to be Mac who's going to raise this up to 30 with pocket tens, and there is the limp shove there by DJ. And does Mac make the call here? The limp jam not executed very often, but Mac doesn't like to fold, and DJ knows that. Yep, he does go ahead and lay that down and shows the tens. A big laydown there by Mac. Well done. DJ's not going to be doing that with much less than tens. At best, it's got ace king there if you have the pocket tens, but Mac realizing most of the time that even DJ can wake up with a hand once in a while. And Mac still has the majority of the chips to show for it. Big stack on the table, almost 700. Super Cat right behind him with about 650. ET and Clay and DJ all floating between 450 and 500. DJ looking down at pocket deuces. $5 to play this hand does make the call. Candyman looking down at King Jack suited. $10 to play. So if he just comes along for 10, decides to raise it up. Now he just makes the call for 10. ET right behind him, reaching for extra chips with pocket aces. Pocket aces finally for the first time on tonight's stream. Going to 3-bet this one to 30. Folds all the way around to RDW with ace 6 of diamonds. This man does not like to fold pre-flop, but he has been in there with a raise with some interesting holdings. This ace 6 suited being one of the better ones. DJ going to look for a 2 with the call of $30. So we're going to go 3 ways. Pocket deuces, Pocket aces and ace six of diamonds. Jack 7 deuce on this flop. 2 hearts, 1 diamond, no help to RDW. But the bottom set of DJ is going to crack the aces of ET as DJ smooth checks over to ET and he bets immediately a full barrel of 100. RDW getting out of the way. The immediate raise by DJ. Snap call by ET, and DJ shows him the bad news as DJ comes in with pocket deuces, finds a deuce on the flop, 9 on the turn, no help. ET looking for an ace and only an ace to take this back. Does not get there. So tough beat there for ET. Played well tonight. Was pretty patient. Finally found pocket aces. And unfortunately, it was run down by the pocket deuces of DJ as the deuce comes out on the flop. And a big stack, just like that, is made and pushed towards DJ. Do not know if ET is going to come back into the game or not, but he did play well, played it pretty patiently, found a few good pots here and there, but definitely didn't catch quite enough cards to write home about. And then it finally gets the pocket aces, plays it perfectly, and still gets outrun by the pocket deuces. And it's safe to say that any of us that play poker have been there. Like a $10 straddle by DJ in the 5 seat. Clay going to come along with 9-6 offsuit for 10. Folds all the way around to Supercat, who's in the first straddle. 5 more to call with her 8 deuce offsuit. And DJ looks like he's going to immediately put in the raise on his $10 straddle with ace 7 offsuit. Nope, he didn't. He just checks. Okay, so I thought he threw in some chips there. So we're going 3 ways to a flop. Ace, queen, 10. DJ flopping best here with the pair of aces. Not much for Clay or Supercat here. See if any of them can bet to take it away. Clay does take the aggression on the pot with a bet of 15. You know, I like these bets out of Clay to take away aggression and kind of take the lead in the hand. Unfortunately, both times he's done it, he has run into the player that actually does have it. He's going to fire a second bullet here for 20. DJ immediately makes the call. 25, I'm sorry. Jack on the river. Great bluff card here for Clay. Can he find a deep enough bullet to get DJ off the hand? DJ looks like he is matching the stacks of whatever Clay is looking to count. Looks like Clay decides against trying to take that away. And it goes check, check. DJ is going to be able to show the best hand on this one here. So again, well-timed aggression. I'm sorry, well-intentioned aggression. Well played by Clay. Just ill-timed here. The opponent just happened to have it. Both times he tried to take the lead on a hand betting. And he's still up for the night, winning some decent pots early. Clay is still sitting around the 400 mark. Supercat still almost 6.5, 650. Mac almost 700. So definitely some chips have been shipped around this table tonight. DJ raising up to 5 with 7-3 offsuit. Candyman comes along with the ace 6 of clubs. play, going to try to mix it up and get some of those chips back as it calls with Jack 5 offsuit. RDW 8-7 suited makes the call. East Queen 8 offsuit makes the call. And Supercat closes the action by calling as well. A flop of 5, 8, 10. So RDW, second pair. Checks around to a 6, giving RDW the open-ended straight draw. Supercat going to bet this one out with a pair of 6s. DJ is going to make that call with the open-ended. That's a double gutter, actually. You could hit a 4 or a 9. Same with RDW, but he does already have a pair. Queen on the river doesn't change anything on the hand. I don't think anybody had a queen. Let's see, let the graphics catch up here. Yeah, no, East does have the queen, so it is going to check around, and East is going to back into a pot here of $80, making the top pair on the river. So East finally getting to stack some chips. Hand number 45 here at DJ's game, Poker House Fort Worth. Only really seen one train wreck. Aces getting outflopped by the deuces. Looks like we have John joining the table in the 7 seat. And Mac taking his shot at the 7-2 game, raising it up to 25 here with the 7 deuce. Folds all around to Supercat with the 5-4 suited. Looking at DJ's stack, seeing if she wants to get involved with the 5-4 suited as she makes the call what DJ is going to do with his card. She decides to ultimately lay it down. DJ lets his go. There goes Candyman, and look at DJ preparing to throw the $5 chip. He knew exactly what it was, he says, and he did. He was holding the $5 chip out to Mac before he even turned it over. DJ recognizing exactly what was going on. Again, if you win with the 7 deuce, collect a $5 bounty for each player. And Mac there making an uncharacteristic raise pre-flop up to 25. And DJ's talking about immediately that he had the 7 deuce. It's either 7 deuce or pocket aces. And we've seen Mac even limp in with pocket aces and kings before, so pretty safe bet there by DJ, as he was already holding out the $5 bill to give to Mac for the 7 deuce win. RDW calling the $5 shot with the 10-3 offsuit. East coming along with pocket twos. Supercat calling the 5 with the king 4 suited. DJ waking up with ace queen offsuit, going to raise this one up to 17. Candyman, who's tired of folding. No, he actually did fold, but I know that man is tired of folding. Let the graphics catch up here. I believe it was John in the 7 seat calling the 17, who's trying to catch up on the action. He's been out at one of the outer tables. Gets in on this feature streamed table. And the rest of the table calling around the 17. Ace, queen, 3. So top 2 pair for DJ, who's not going to waste any time, going to keep the pedal in the middle and bet, looks like 35 into this flop. And unfortunately, no one else caught much of anything else. RDW Lets his hand go. And looks like only East is the one thinking here about seeing if he can call one time and see if DJ slows down, see if East still thinks that his pocket deuces are possibly best. And he does make the call for 35. So trying to catch DJ stepping out of line here. But unfortunately for East, DJ is directly in line, flopping top two. Another three on the turn. DJ making another pretty significant. He bets 100 into this flop here, and East finally given up on the pocket deuces. I think DJ showed him the goods, and he did show him top two pair aces and queens. The three was a scary card, but DJ decided that he would go ahead and find out betting 100 on that turn, knowing that East is typically not coming along there with a three. But little does DJ know that East was actually worse than that. Pocket deuces. He was trying to catch DJ making a move, but this time DJ did in fact have the goods. Mr. Daryl, first could be active, calling 10. Hasn't caught many cards than that. Lets his Jack 6 offsuit go. RDW calls $10 on this double straddled hand with the ace 7 of spades. Super Cat looking at it 9-3, decides to throw it into the mug. DJ, who has been on a heater, decides to make the call. Oh, no, he raises it up to 22 with 10-3 offsuit. Makes him the play here. Candyman and John getting out of the way. Clay waking up with ace queen offsuit. 17 more to make this call on his first initial straddle. Kind of hesitating here. Ace queen can be behind a lot of the times to a pre-flop raiser, but not this time. Clay decides he's going to go ahead and raise this pot to 72. Mac on the double straddle, no luck waking up with anything. RDW, who hates to fold, looking at ace 7 of spades, a real pretty hand. Already has 10 in there, needing to call 62 more, but just goes ahead and puts in the rest of his stack. So DJ is going to get out of these gentlemen's way with his 10-3 offsuit. And Clay will probably have to make this call as RDW did not have much more behind. He's going to go on for 162. All in for 130. And it's going to be another $58 for Clay to make the call. So we are going to go heads up with RDW all in with the ace 7 of spades. Clay in a pretty significant lead with the ace queen offsuit. And Dealer Paul going to see if he can keep RDW from having to reload here. RDW looking for a 7 or a lot of spades to stay alive without having to rebuy. And a flop of 5-5-3, no help to RDW. Looking for another spade, does not get there. A deuce will chop the pot, 7 to win. 6 does not do it. No, he does do it with the 7. The 6 makes the 7 straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in RD's hands. So Clay, who was playing good poker tonight and things have just not gone his way tonight, dips down below the starting stack that he has invested now for the first time in a good while. He's made some well-timed bets, some great-looking bluffs when his opponents just happen to have it. And that time there, his ace-queen gets run down by the ace-7 suited, making the one card straight. This has not been Clay's night tonight, but there's still a little bit of time left. DJ is going to be the only player with over a 1K stack in front of him. RDW calls the 5 with the Jack 6 offsuit, just wanting to play a little bit of poker here. East waking up finally with a hand, pocket queens, and just makes the limp call. Seeing if he can pull a DJ here and do the limp raise. May get his wish here as John is reaching for more than just $5 and just with the 10-8 suited. He's going to raise this one up to 25 and make it a 30. Clay with the 8-7 offsuit. We all know that this hand is not going to be a $30 hand, as East may just rip in the rest of his $300 stack. Mac looking down at 5 tray, lets it go. Folds back around to East with the pocket queens, who was trying to do the limp raise thing, and he's going to get his wish. It's 25 more to him as he cuts out more chips. Looks like he's going to make this one, yep, all in, just like I had thought. And Clay has to let it go. So again, I like the plays by John, the newcomer to the table, raising it up with 10-8 suited. A nice ranged hand. There are a lot of people that love the 10-8 suited, but cannot call the limp shove there by East, who probably made as much as he would have had that hand played out and no one really caught up with anything. Daryl finally waking up with a hand he can call with, and does so. $2 with King at 10 suited. RDW comes along with 10-6 suited. East, King 8 offsuit. Super Cat, pocket deuces, raises it up to 12. Holding all around to Clay, who finally wakes up with the real hand. Ace, Queen offsuit. He's going to 3-bet this one here, trying to build up a pot to get some of those chips back he's been giving away. 3-bets at 32. Daryl, who's been super patient, waiting for a hand, finally catches one, then sees a raise and a 3-bet. But he does complete the call with the King 10 of hearts. And now that's going to price in Super Cat to try to hit a set of deuces, just like DJ did. 20 more to see a flop. Super Cat's still thinking about this here. It's only 20 more, and she does make the call. So we're going to go 3 ways on a $100 pot already pre-flop. King 10. Daryl, who hasn't been in there in a minute. It's going to be an Ace 10 Ace flop. Clay flopping a monster here. Daryl, the only one that made a pair on this board here. And he doesn't immediately let it go, knowing that it's kind of hard for Clay to have ace here every time with 2 of them on the board. Super Cat letting the ducks go, or at least pick them up to fold them. There she goes. So Clay in a commanding position here on this board. Jack on the turn. Daryl is drawing dead, as the queen for the Broadway straight for Daryl would give Clay the full house. So it's all about how much can Clay bet here that Daryl can continue to come along with. All in a snap fold. So Clay picking up some much needed chips there, puts him back in the black on the session. RDW looking down at ace 5 of hearts. Does who make the call for $2. East making the call as well. Ace tray offsuit. Jack 4 offsuit for Cat. Goes ahead and makes the laydown. DJ with the 7 deuce. His turn. Can he make the 7-deuce game happen, raising it up to 32? Candyman, finally, waking up with a hand. Pocket nines. It's been a minute for this poor gentleman. Has not caught any cards since early in the stream. And here he's looking at a huge raise pre-flop to 32 with pocket nines. Looks like he's either thinking about shoving or folding. It's kind of hard to call for a quarter or better of the stack with pocket nines. Yeah. So he's not going to go all in. He's just going to 3-bet it here to a straight 100. Clay, looking at a king jack offsuit, decides to let it go. Mac, king 9 offsuit as well. He's going to fold all the way around to DJ, who was just trying to win. No, I'm sorry, it does not fold with an RDW. Do not ever count this man out. He calls the 100. And how far does DJ want to bring the 7-deuce game? All the way. He makes the call as well, and we have a $300 pot pre-flop with ace-5 suited pocket nines and 7-deuce. So will DJ find a way to take this hand away? Win the bonus with 7-deuce. Deuce on the flop, bottom pair. Jack 6 deuce. Only one heart. Candyman's going to make, DJ's going to put in 100. Candyman's going to call the rest of his chip stack in. And RDW looks like he needs 100 to call. He's cutting out some chips. Might be, needs running hearts, but does make the call anyway. So DJ just trying to win the 7-deuce game, but still can by hitting a deuce on this turn. Deuce or a 7 for the 7-deuce game to get home. Ace on the turn, no help, but does give RDW the lead in the hand. And actually, RDW is going to bet this out. It's going to be hard for DJ to come along here because RDW just went all in. It's not for as much as the pot is, but it's not an insignificant amount. I think it's going to be 76. Yeah, and DJ's forced to call just given the pot odds, knowing that he's dead to a deuce or a 7. And it's a 9. So Candyman is actually going to come back from behind to take this main pot. And DJ got trapped trying to play the 7-deuce game. Show him, DJ. There you go. Reached out and showed his cards, let people know he was trying to win the 7-deuce game, and just got tangled up in an odd circumstance of betting to not find a place to get away from it, but was very much alive still. And Candyman pulls out the main pot with the 9 on the river to take away the turned ace from RDW, who did win the small side pot between him and DJ to still be at about $150, $160. But Candyman with the much needed triple up with the pocket 9. And at number 51, we are at about 20 minutes left of the stream, I believe. Of course, if you are watching or listening nearby here at Poker House Fort Worth, this game will continue after the stream does end. We have a cash game or 2 on the main floor as well, so plenty of poker to be played on this Wednesday night here in Burleson, Texas. Clay looking at an ace jack of spades, going to raise it up to 20. East making the call with 10-6 suited. DJ calling with king 7 offsuit. Leads up to Candyman with these newfound chips with 10-3 of diamonds, 15 more to win 80. He's going to come along as well, priced in. So 4 ways to a decent sized pot already. 6-4 ace on this flop. Clay is going to be flopping best here with the pair of aces. East with the second pair. It's going to check all the way around to Clay, who's the pre-flop aggressor. He's going to continue here for 30. East is going to stay in this one. Got the second pair, and it's going to go fold for the other two players. 8 on the turn doesn't change anything for anyone. And he goes check to a river, a 10, and that is the gin card for East as he rivers 2 pair and immediately checks over to Clay, who is going to bet one more shot here, and East is going to look him up, if not raising. But he did bring home the front door flush draw, so East could make a fold here, but more than likely is just going to have to pay off this bet every time on this little less than a third size pot bet from Clay. From East, make the call. Actually, he put in the raise, so yeah, just what I was thinking. He's either can't really put Clay on the clubs. I guess he could have with the check on the turn. And Clay's going to make the call, thinking his hand is under repped here. And going to show the ace jack, and East is going to show the best hand with 2 pair here. So Clay, feeling that his ace jack was mildly under repped, and East might not have had the ace there. Clay had already bet into East. It was almost a mini click back, so it was almost a bet sizing that Clay just can't quite fold, especially given his hand is a little bit underrepresented. So East, who has played patiently, finally getting rewarded late here in this game. Candyman looking down at the pocket nines again. That got him all these chips back. Took him off of a very dull cash game session. Just calls the $10 shuttle with the pocket nines. Clay coming along with the king 6 offsuit. And Mac waking up. Pocket aces. Hasn't had much to play in the last little bit. Finally waking up with the bullets. And just makes the call in Clay fashion here. I'm sorry, in Mac fashion here. I love it. Mac, who definitely is known, at least by my commentating, to limp in with monsters. And he may get rewarded here because East, RDW, first of all, makes the call for 10 with the 8 deuce offsuit. And then East raising it up to 30 with pocket 10s. And here's Cat with pocket 4s. Can't quite see them at the top of the stream, but they are there. DJ letting the king at 5 go. Candyman with the pocket 9 is definitely going to be coming along for $20 more. And Clay calls for 20. So now it's time for Mac to make his move. He got exactly what he wanted. Not only did somebody raise, but it was called in several spots, and there it is. There's the all-in there by Mac. And no one, save for a few people who have played with Mac, could put him on pocket aces. And a tough decision here by East, who just got these chips. And now Mac is going to immediately put him to the test. Mac immediately putting East to the test, effectively putting him all in. Mac 3-betting it to 500. I don't know how much East has played with Mac, but Mac is very, very capable of this with aces, kings, or queens, the limp shove. Wow, and East is going to make the call. East, who is going to make the call. And now Super Cat I'm sorry, it's 6-4 off. So I thought it was pocket fours. I like the call for 30, but she can't call the rest of her stack off with 6-4 suited. And now Candyman, you know, I don't think there's any world where you can call here, even though he wants to call with the nines. With the way the pre-flop betting was done, it's hard to put people on big pocket pairs, but turns out there's two of them out there. And he did just win all these chips with pocket nines, but he does make the correct fold. Clay here going to get out of the way, and so East and Mac are going to play for stacks, and I mean stacks. Biggest pot of the night, $1,000 pot here for East and Mac. East behind the pocket aces, very sneakily played. Dealer Paul putting a 4-queen tray out there. They're going to get in the rest of the stacks here. They had a little bit left over in East's stack. Max can make that call, so now East is going to see the bad news here. Can only catch a 10 to take the lead in this hand. Jack on the turn does nothing, and a king on the river does nothing. They're going to run it twice. East 5 on the turn, no help to East. And an 8 on the river seals the deal, running it twice. Mac is going to turn over the pocket aces and take down an over $1,100 pot. Poor East. Poor East played very, very well. And Mac, pot of the night, going his way. 1,300 plus in his stack. Another huge day of Fortnite in DJ's game. So Mac, the clear chip leader here at DJ's game. The $1, $2, no limit hold'em, $300 max buy-in. Courtesy of his, might as well be trademarked, limp jam with aces. Holding on around to, I believe, John. I'm sorry, Candyman. I believe that John straddled. I believe it's RDW and someone else here in the pot. Can't quite see as the graphics are trying to play catch up. Checks through on this flop, king on the turn. Ace on the river does seal the deal for RDW, but John is going to make a huge bet here and snapped off by RDW. So John trying to make a move there. I don't hate it. I admire the play. But RDW said, hey, I rivered an ace. That's good enough for me. And going to get a courtesy double up here from John. With John trying to get a little bit tricky with that one on a decent sized pot. But unfortunately, RDW is holding what John is representing, which is that ace. hand number 54. We've got about 15, 20 minutes left of the stream. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Poker House Fort Worth. Be on the lookout. Starting tomorrow, our August promotions go live. And there's so much to talk about that we have coming up here in August. We'll talk a little bit more about it before we end the stream, and you'll be able to post find a lot of information posted on Facebook. But lots of stuff coming up in August that we're going to get into. But we're looking at a $40 straddled hand here. So 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 40. I believe it was Mac that put in the $40 straddle. Quite a feat for a man who limps in with pocket aces. Very sneakily, showing that he doesn't mind putting money out there. He just wants to do it on his own terms. Daryl's going to call the 40, who hasn't had anything to play with tonight with the pocket fours. And now it's Candyman's turn. Pocket aces. Or somebody has pocket aces here. Let's have a look. Did John act out a turn here? I think John acted out a turn here. Didn't see Candyman's hand. And Candyman is going to be the one to go all in. And see if John, leave John's chips out there. Daryl, who was trying to play the pocket fours, decides to let him go. And yeah, so we have another monster pot here. John trying to make a move with the Jack 10 and steps into it with Candyman's pocket aces. So if this can hold for Candyman, it's going to be a monster come up for him, who hasn't had a whole lot to play with tonight. So John, Jack 10, looking to run down the pocket aces of a Candyman. And a flop of 8, 9, 10, all diamonds. So top pair open-ended for John. And 7 on the turn gives John the rundown of the aces with the Jack high straight. 4 diamonds on the board, but the ace is the wrong red flavor in Candyman's hand. So easy come, easy go for Candyman, getting run down with his pocket aces, unfortunately. Just an ill-timed run out there for pocket aces. And John, who was gambling a little bit tonight, has just been rewarded and got what he was down with the Jack 10. Daryl in the chat asking if we want to give a hat away. We've got about 15 minutes left on this stream. So it's hand 54. Depending on how quick you guys are in getting in your guesses in the chat, and with as volatile these pots have been at the end of the stream, it could be a good one. So let's try hand number 58. It's going to go quick. So how quickly can you get your number in the chat for what you think the pot is going to be on hand number 58? This is hand number 55. So go quickly. I did it really quickly because we don't have much time left in the stream. I want to be sure that we get to it. So 3 more hands from now, type in the chat what you think the pot is going to be, and the closest guess, you don't have to worry about going over. It's just the closest period. I'm going to give them a hat. Any hat in our fabulous collection here. I want to thank everyone for tuning into the stream and can do a quick reward here. So you have this is hand number 55. We're looking for hand number 58. So you've got a little bit of time to put in your guess of what you think the pot is going to be. Closest to, doesn't matter if you're over or not. I'm not a fan of the Price is Right rules. So we're going to go closest to the pot. Hand number 58. It's 55, so you have a couple hands to get your guess in. Type in the YouTube comments. Type in the Facebook stream what you think the total pot is going to be for hand number 58. Put in your guesses now. Lots of people to a flop of King 7-4. Looks like Daryl might have two pair here. No, he has King Jack, which still could be best here. Super Cat with middle pair. Not seeing any guesses in the chat there. We have hand number 58. You got to get it in before the hand. What do you think the pot's going to be on hand number 58 or on hand number 55? What do you think the pot is going to be closest to? We'll get a free hat. A good looking hat, too. We have some really good looking hats here at Poker House Fort Worth. What you think the total pot is going to be on hand number 58? RDW is going to bet a quarter here on middle pair, called by Daryl. 3 on the turn doesn't change anything. Let's see if Daryl wants to announce himself. He immediately does. This man likes to check, call the flop, and then just hammer the turns. But RDW kind of out chips here. Doesn't want to let it go. 10 on the river doesn't change anything. And Daryl's going to bet, and RDW's going to have to let this one go this time. Can't look up a man firing 2 big barrels that way with just the third pair. Now I'm starting to see some numbers in the chat. Closest to the total pot size, a hat from Poker House Fort Worth. You got to come pick it up in person. So if you're a long, long way away, unfortunately, that's a lot of work. So need to come pick it up in person. I'll even give you a free daily membership if you want to come play one of our free rolls or a tournament while you're here picking up your hat. The total pot size for hand number 58. This is hand number 56. Only a couple more to go. And no Price is Right rules. Closest counts. RDW going to raise it up to 20 with pocket 10s. Clay coming along with 8-5 offsuit. Mac pocket 4s. Daryl 8-9 suited. And DJ with 10-3. 5 ways to a flop of 4 ace 9, 2 clubs. No one has clubs in their hand, and no one has aces either. Bottom set for Mac. And RDW is going to do the betting for him to figure out where he's at with these pocket 10s. Not going to get any action out of the rest of the table, more than likely. So Mac might just put RDW all in the rest of the way, and he does grab a stack of green chips and puts it out there. And so there's the rest of the chips. No, it's not the rest of the chips for RDW. He just makes the call. You've still got a chance to get your guess in for the total pot of hand number 58. And I selected hand 58, but we'll see if we get there. These larger pots here could slow this down. We've only got a few minutes left on the stream. They'll do a bomb pot at the end of the stream. But if it has to be the bomb pot, we'll call it the bomb pot. We didn't know what it was going to be, whether it was a bomb pot or a regular pot, so any guess is good as any other one. So we are all in. Mac with the bottom set, gonna hold with a boat. And RDW, who had a decent hand, but could not beat the Mac that is on fire. 1.5K now in this $300 buy-in cash game. Wow. RDW looking to reload in the game. So this is going to be hand number 57. It's going to be real close. The bomb pot could be the last pot. We do not know. It's going to be real close. I only did 4 hands, hoping we could get there. But I wanted to give you guys enough time to get in your guesses for the closest to the pot. Wherever the hand ends, if it ends on the flop, if it ends on the turn, if it ends pre-flop, Wherever the hand ends, hand number 58 is going to get a free hat. Who can guess the closest? A free hat from Poker House Fort Worth. We have some beautiful hats here in stock that you have to come pick up in person. And I'll even give you a free daily membership to come play in one of our tournaments. We have tournaments 7 days a week at noon, and evening tournaments 6 days a week, excluding Wednesdays. So put in your guess for what you think the pot is going to be on hand number 58, which is going to be the very next hand. It could be the regular hold'em hand or it could be the bomb pot. We'll see how long this hand takes here. Put in your guess for a free, good-looking hat here at Poker House Fort Worth. Daryl calling the 5 with King 10. RDW coming along as well on his re-entry of $200, it looks like, calling 5. Supercat finally found something she wants to play Ace 5 offsuit. DJ raising it up to Blackjack 21 with pocket queens. John agreeing to see a flop with Ace 4 of diamonds. Clay has Ace 10, probably going to look this one up as well. Mac, who is still not finished stacking all of his chips. King 10 suited, probably going to come along as well. Does make the call. Daryl makes the call, and RDW makes the call. And now it's left up to Supercat, the last one. You know, if you are, I believe DJ was one to pocket queens here. If you're DJ with a monster hand, you definitely didn't expect this to go 6 or 7 ways to a flop. So we are going to go, I believe, 7 ways to a flop here. DJ raised up 21 with pocket queens. Let's see what if it can hold. And a queen right there in the window, but a dangerous flop. 8, 9, queen. Dangerous flop here for pocket queens. Going to have to see some betting here out of DJ. Either play it super slow or super fast. And he does choose to play it slow. So a deuce on the turn. Talk about a masked top set here from DJ. And Clay is going to be the one to take the first bait here, betting 20. Mac, gut shot to a jack, decides not to peel after it. Call there by Daryl, who does have that same hand with the draw to the jack, decides to go ahead and gamble. Supercat with the Ace 5 offsuit does make the fold. DJ making the all-in bet. A check jam. Actually, he might have been the last to, yeah, he was the last one to act in this hand, so he hadn't had a chance to act yet. John had checked, Clay bet out 20, Daryl called 20, and DJ bets the rest of his stack, which is a significant stack. John here holding Ace 4 of diamonds. Not much going on for him in this hand, but he's thinking long and hard about it. So we could have a card reader error here. May have more than the Ace 4 of diamonds. But he does go ahead and let it go. Clay not going to be able to call, and Daryl not going to call. So DJ getting value from his flopped top set very dangerously, not coordinated of a board. But that is a well-played hand there by DJ, worked out in his favor. All right, so this is it, guys. Last chance. Get in your amount on this pot size here. Type in anything you want. Closest to the pot size gets a free hat, courtesy of Poker House Fort Worth. I don't know if this is going to be the bomb pot or just the last hold'em hand. Looks like it's going to be a hold'em hand. So last chance to get it in right here. I'm cutting it off any second now. And the cards are out, and the guesses are closed. Closest to the amount of this pot, no matter where the hand ends at, whether it's pre-flop, on the flop, or after the river. Closest guess gets a free hat from Poker House Fort Worth and a free daily membership to come try out any of our tournaments or cash games. So I'm not even counting it. It was after. Everybody limping in for 2. So the pot's going to start out small here. Some of you guys better be hoping for some serious betting. Several people to a flop of Jack 10-5. John flopping top pair of jacks, Mike second pair. Gut shot for Clay. It's going to check around to John the button, who's going to lead out here. Pot is $34. $34 on hand 58. Comes around to Candyman, who's going to let it go. So still 3 left, betting 10 in a $44 pot. Queen on the turn brings the front door straight draw possibilities. DJ open-ended. Check to a river here. Gonna need some serious betting if any of these higher numbers are going to have a shot. And it's going to check around to John, who's going to bet. So a $59 pot. Does DJ look him up with a pair of 5s for $15? And he does call, so $74 pot. A $74 pot. Who got closest? It looks like Mike, your $75 bet that you tried to change after I closed your announcements is going to stand, and you're going to edge out Delbert there, who guessed 72. So Mike Sewell, 75, missed it by $1. $1 off there. But you know what? I know Mike. I know Mike very well. You know, he's my buddy. And I'll take care of you, Mike. So, Delbert, I want you to come in and come get you a hat from Poker House Fort Worth and a free daily membership. Mike, you come in and I'll give you a hat too. So, Delbert, come on in and see us at Poker House Fort Worth. Mike, I know you probably have 4 hats already, Mike. Come on. But Delbert, fantastic, very, very close. $74 pot. Your bet, your guess of $72, edged out by Mike. But yeah, I'll take care of Mike. So come on in and see us, Delbert, at Poker House Fort Worth. Tell them that Reese said you want a hat and a free daily membership to come try out one of our tournaments and our cash games. And we are on the final bomb pot of the night. Ace, Queen, 10 of spades in the bottom. See if anybody flops the flush. Candyman looks like he has the nut flush. See if he wants to bet this out at any point. Looks like Mac has trip 10s. Yeah, I know you had all the merch, Mike. You come in, we'll make a deal. But Delbert, do come in and come get your hat and your free daily, sir. Looks like Candyman's going to bet his nut flush on the bottom board here. Mac does have trip 10s. Does anybody have a diamond flush draw they'd be proud of? I don't see anything here. So this may be a simple chop result. But Mac doesn't have anything to go with that 10, so he may lay it down. Yeah, he does go ahead and lay that down. Clay was the one that called the 35, who made the set of jacks on the bottom. So he could be looking to pair that bottom board to spoil Candyman's nut flush. Mike, sorry to hear that, bud. Be sure and let us know that it all went well. So Clay and Candyman, no one's left. Candyman with the nut flush on the bottom. Clay looking to be a spoiler with a pair on the bottom board. Does not quite get there. So Candyman's going to get to the bottom board, and Clay is going to hold on to this top board, which looks like the pocket jack. So we're looking at a chop pot here between Candyman and Clay. They're going to go jam anyway here. So these guys are going to chop this one up. Candyman's nut flush on the bottom, and Clay's pocket jacks on the top, going to be good enough to hold. Candyman's 6-3 was counterfeit by the tens there. So Clay's jacks and tens are going to take the half of the top. So chop up the pot. Want to thank everyone for tuning in to Poker House Fort Worth on YouTube and on Facebook. We want to thank you for all the likes and subscriptions that everyone has given. And be on the lookout for all of our August promotions. There's so much stuff that we have to discuss. I will quick fire some of the last thoughts on the August promotions. The $50,000 tournament that we did back in June is back in August. The end of August, we're going to have that $50,000 guaranteed tournament again with Poker House Peaks and Poker House Fort Worth. Be on the lookout for that. This Saturday, before we even get to the end of August, we're going to be having the first of 3 qualifiers for that $20,000 free roll championship. We have a new Congress tournament on Tuesday nights. What else have we talked about here? There's so much going on. But the last announcement that I wanted to give, the last 2 announcements. Number one is reminding of the August 4th qualifier. That's going to be this Saturday, and just at the end of this week, this Saturday at 3 p.m., $25 to play to punch your ticket to get into the $20,000 free roll championship. And the last announcement that I wanted to repeat here is starting tomorrow here at Poker House Fort Worth, all of our Congress cash games are free of access fees. That's right. Free Congress poker for the month of August at Poker House Fort Worth. So you can come with a membership to our club and play in the Congress cash games all month in August, free of access fees. That means no buying your hours. You just come in. As long as you have a membership, you can play Congress at Poker House Fort Worth free of charge in the entire month of August in celebration of our Tuesday night Congress tournament. I see in chat already. The Congress tournament is, I believe, $65 tournament with a $65 re-entry. It's a nice and affordable amount to give that Congress tournament a shot if you're looking to try to kind of learn how to play Congress, or if it's something you've always kind of looked into wanting to give it a try. It's a great opportunity to do so for only a $65 entry. Let's see what else here. We have the live streams on our Friday night tournaments in August. So just a ton of stuff going on. We're going to be posting a lot of stuff on our Facebook. But the biggest hits that we've discussed tonight is the $50,000 guaranteed tournament on August 20th that we're running back that we had in June, the exact same one, except this time day 2 is here in Fort Worth at Poker House Fort Worth here in Burleson. So look forward to that. Our Tuesdays Congress tournaments, we've changed up some of the add-ons into some of our weekly free rolls. And Sunday night, didn't miss this one completely. Sunday night, a new tournament, a $1,500 guaranteed free roll tournament on Sunday nights with bomb pots. Every level change will have a bomb pot in that $1,500 guaranteed free roll. So bomb pot free rolls, Congress tournaments on Tuesdays, the $50,000 guarantee on August 20th, the $20,000 free roll qualifier this Saturday, new live stream tournaments on Friday, and of course, 100% free Congress cash games 7 days a week in August here at Poker House Fort Worth. Come, and if you have a membership, you can come play Congress cash games for free. So looking forward to see everyone here. Keep an eye on our Facebook for any additional questions. You can send us a message and look and see all the stuff we have coming up. There's just so much to talk about that we've talked a little bit about here and there, but so much to talk about. That's all starting tomorrow here at Poker House Fort Worth. And Daryl, there's no points for the 50K. It's just a $65 tournament, just like it was in June. It's just a standalone tournament, a little 5-day tournament. So be on the lookout for that. There's some signage up in Poker House Fort Worth right now. We're putting some stuff on Facebook, updating some of our graphics to be live tomorrow for August 1st. And like I said, if you have any questions about any of the events that you see pop up, send us some messages on Facebook. Otherwise, thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. Lots of viewers today for the Facebook and YouTube live stream, and hope to see you here in August for the month of August. Lots of going on here at Poker House